There's a global function called eval that interprets strings of JavaScript code. Eval is slow, has some security problems, can't do anything that can't be done in other ways, and a good idea is just not to use it ever. Having said that, let's take a look at an example just so that we're aware of what it does and how it works. Here I'm using eval to evaluate a string of JavaScript code that's going to display an alert dialog with the text hello world. And we get the expected hello world. JSON, also known as JavaScript Object Notation, is a text-based format for representing data. It uses JavaScript object literals as the data format, and it provides a lightweight, readable alternative to XML. It's increasingly used in Ajax web applications as a means to transfer data between the client and the server. Here's an example comparing the same data formatted in JSON on the left and XML on the right. Some things to note are that the JSON version is substantially less verbose, and most people consider it more human readable. It's also simply pure JavaScript code, so it's very simple to take some JSON data and deserialize it in JavaScript. To parse JSON, the best way is to use JSON2, which is a JavaScript library written in JavaScript. It has two important functions. The parse function, which converts JSON to JavaScript objects, and the stringify function, which serializes JavaScript objects to JSON. The alternative way to parse JSON is simply to read it with the eval function. But JSON2 is preferable because it's faster, it's more robust, and it's more secure than parsing with eval. Let's try some examples. To use JSON2, obviously the first thing you have to do is load the library into your page. Once you've done that, some JSON code such as this code here, where I have defined an object with one property, books, and the value of that property is an array. The array contains one object which has a title, Frankenstein, and an author property, Mary Shelley. On the next line, I'm using eval to interpret that string of JSON and assign it to a variable called data. On the following line, I'm outputting some of the properties of that data object. If we run that, eval successfully parses the JSON string and outputs Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Next, we'll try the same thing using JSON2. JSON2 makes available the JSON object. I'm then calling the parse method and passing it the same input that I gave to the eval function. Again, outputting the title and author. JSON2 provides exactly the same output that we got from eval, but as I mentioned before, it's done this faster, more robustly, and more securely. Finally, JSON2 also provides a way to serialize a JavaScript object back to JSON with the stringify method. Now I'll take the JavaScript object that I just deserialized and serialize it back to JSON again. And the output is exactly what we started with.